Okay, we're back with another episode of Defense of Malahaut. When we last left off, we were in the county of Lindsey, returning back to Linden Pool. You had just, I think, departed ways with your guide, if I can recall correctly.
Believe we were all heading to the same place anyway.
Yep.
So we had said our goodbyes and then realized we're all going to the same place anyway.
Yeah, I think she would just simply return to like her familial manor or whatever inside Linden Pool, rather than
Probably.
yeah.
Than to go to the king
Yeah.
himself or the duke.
Yep. Last time we played, you dealt with the end of Sir Gwythier, the Baron.
That's what you get for accusing people who aren't guilty of being guilty.
Oh, that one doesn't work, but this one should. There's Brother Ione.
Yep.
Then I'm just doing a reminder on those we've seen on screen. And then we have Angor and Idris. We haven't seen yet. And there's another knight, and I don't know where I put his name. It's the one that dueled. I swear I had him all set up. What's the one that dueled name? Let me see.
Sir Turfle.
Turfle. There we go. He's here. I don't know if I have set up his. I haven't set up all his stuff yet, but he's right here. You need to see him.
Yay.
Okay. Now, and I'll get that set up real quick while we're getting our feet wet. What do you guys want to do at this point? You're back in Linden Pool. Your journey is officially, at least the first leg of your journey before you go back into Malahaut, is officially over.
Is Sir Nicholas still around? We left him here to heal from his injuries, so checking in with him might be a good idea.
You guys are only gone about a week, too, right? Yes.
Took longer to get back, but yeah.
Yeah. So he would have got another constitution back. So he's standing again, but he's still in rough shape. But he's here.
Sir Nicholas, good to see you're feeling better.
He doesn't beat around the bush at all. He says, Brunius, my boy, will you please tell me there's good news?
There's good news, there's bad news, there's news I'm sure you can use because it's lost on me, but there is news nonetheless.
He nods. Go on. You have my ear.
So, the bad news is that Uther is not able to send us any troops.
He sings a bit. Hearing that?
The news I bet you can use at some point is that Uther is currently mustering from his feast, from his Easter feast, to fight raiders within his midst.
Raiders?
Traitors. People who are betraying him.
It's funny. Bob misheard that, but we'll assume that he did too, because he's old. Ha! I see.
We went in expecting a feast, and turns out he was mustering.
Where was the feast?
The feast was in the lands of Clarence and Glevum at the Duke's castle there.
I see. So traitors. Did he march on Cornwall? Did he march on the Duchy of Cornwall?
I believe that's where the rumors say they were going. But I was focused on the mission. And now on to the good news. Is he gave us permission to raise volunteers on our way back, as well as call upon Sir, Duke Corneus for aid.
Ah. Duke Corneus has already... Well, I've had the opportunity to treat with him. I don't think we'll be seeing much in the way of aid from Duke Corneus directly. It seems that he is intent on defending his lands from his land's borders. I'm sorry to be the bearer of that news.
Well, Uther gave us permission to ask. And if you have asked, then we have done what we can.
I've not asked, only inquired. An official ask
well,
has not been named yet. I would not do so without permission.
Well, we have received said permission. It may be a fool's errand, but nothing is ever gained without asking.
This is true.
And in consolation, we have been able to raise a small force.
Yeah, we established that. Yep.
It's not grand by any stretch of the imagination, but I believe there are more than a few outstanding characters within the force that we may be able to use to greatly enhance our position. Sir Turfell, specifically of the Esterglades, is a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield.
I see. Very well then. We will have to make do with what we have. We should ready ourselves upon the morrow to return to Malahaut. Do what you need, whatever is necessary while you're here this night, and we will depart shortly after sunrise.
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Still recovering, of course.
Yes. So.
All right. With that, as far as, is there anything you wanted to do here while you're here in Linden Pool for the night?
Not specifically. He would, I guess since they've been away for a bit of time, he would just try to get the general vibe of how the, I don't want to say peasants, but I think that might be the appropriate thing. But basically, how the community is feeling right now, like, because like things could change overnight, and we might not know. So like, if there been any developments and like raids or any more tension that might have been building up.
Okay. Do you wanna extract that info through gossip? Like,
Yes.
okay, go ahead and give her.
So gossip would definitely be intriguing, would it not?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep. So law for you, right?
Yep.
Ooh.
I don't know anything.
Oh my god. Um, Hold on. I want to check something with that. Okay. Natty 20. Okay. I want to make sure it wasn't
Again.
a broken
Oh
sheet.
no, it's not. We've established I can roll
Yeah.
20s. like here, see, it's not broken.
I need to
See?
get you on my D&D rating party. Yeah. But okay.
All right. It is now time to keep a new tally since this is a new game. That's one.
It's fair.
Let's see how many 20s this forest will roll today.
The commoners here, I'm gonna say, just don't seem to know a lot about outside of Linden itself. Um, there's lots of rumors and fear mongering, and I think you find yourself frustrated trying to get past the fear mongering to get any actual intel out of Malahaut or anywhere else. um, but if you wanted to encounter or treat with like a strategist from Linden, you would probably have access to one. Find out what the nobles are aware of. You could make a battle test if you wanted.
Okay, sure.
All right. So I'm gonna move us over to another map that probably has a better view of this. So Linden Pool up here is kind of like the way in, right, to most of the northern lands. The only other place that would be available to do so is kind of through the dense forest of like Pendragon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once you pass Linden Pool, you're effectively going into Malahaut proper. Um, what has been in this Pentu area is you guys know is something else. You would know it as let me get the Winteringham, right? That's Winteringham, where you guys dealt with the raiders. I think in the ambush south of Winteringham is where you were, right? I forget.
In the first game, it was in
Winteringham.
proper where Sir Nicholas was injured was south of there on the way to Linden Pool. So
There
yeah,
there is rumors that the Saxons of Dira and Noha. Sorry, there won't be rumors. This is battle strategy. So rather than rumors, it's Dira and Noha seem to be out in full force. Ships have been seen arriving still from the mainland. All of Malahaut seems to be under raiding right now, and they have been seen as far west as whatever these are, Parisi or whatever. I said it before. I forgot what they were called. I said it in the other game, but the mountains, basically the western mountains. They're as far west as the western mountains, so it's fair that both Rostock and Maris are facing some trouble. There is discussion that Duke Corneus is more concerned with his back door. He's quite confident about his defenses here, given the natural natural ability to fortify Winteringham. So they've put a lot of their effort in Winteringham as a fortification. Their concern is what's going on in Rostock. They have less visibility into, so they're actually mustering units and sending them out into Rostock is like counter-raiding parties. Rostock's over here. So that's what you have. Very likely, the strategist is very likely that the lands outside of Eburacum itself are burning. The raids are awful there.
Okay.
Which leave you guys in an interesting position because you need to get back there somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Varys, is there anything you wanted to do while we're here?
Varys has been gone for such a long time in general. He just wants to, catch up on recent events through gossip and stuff, through the common folk. Not searching for anything specific, just general info.
All right, throw me an intrigue.
Nope.
Okay. Again, I think you run into the same trouble that S-Force did, where there's just not a lot of meaningful gossip.
Right.
I think what you would hear, how do I want to put this?
Oh god, we're all gonna die?
Totally. Yeah, without a success, I think the only thing I'll add is that there's a lot of fear mongering about the ships that arrived. They fear that another great Saxon has arrived on the shore amongst Octa and Eosa, right?
Right.
Okay. Why don't we move forward, I think, to a conversation with the three of you and Sir Nicholas, because you have some ironing out to do about what to do next. Are you going to go right through up Winterham, back to Eburacum, or, what's the plan given what you know right now? And why don't we go ahead and start that conversation? So it's the three of you. It's the three of you, Nicholas. And do you want the trio here or no? Turful and the two sergeants? Or is this more of a... Let's make it more of a private, closed meeting of those who actually have a vested stake in Malahaut, aside from Coin. So it's just either just Brunus and his forest, or Brunus, his forest, and Varys, along with Nicholas. What do you guys think?
I think Varys should be involved. He's from Malahaut, so this concerns him as well.
If he wants
Fair
to
enough.
attend, he can attend.
Varys would attend then.
All right, so it's the four of you, private closed doors. You have opportunity yourselves, and obviously Duke Cornelius can still be accessed after this, but you're waiting to get in with him for the night.
Sir Nicholas, allow me to introduce Sir Varys, a knight that we have picked up to help in our defense of Malahaut. Sir Varys, this is Sir Nicholas de Eburacum.
Nicholas nods.
Varys mimics the action as well.
Mercenary knight?
Yes.
We can
My
use all the
family.
help we can. Sorry, go ahead.
My family's from Ripon.
Oh, I see. Well, if you are native to Malahaut, then we can most certainly use all the help we can get. Those loyal swords and spears. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Nicholas.
So let's get.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nicholas will just he'll say, I recognize that I've been appointed the leader of this diplomatic party, but seeing as the situation turned dire, I believe I'm going to leave it to Asforus and Barunius here to guide us forward. You've been in charge thus far.
So what do we know right now? Have either of you been able to gather information about how Malahaut has been doing in our absence?
As well as it can. Our capital is fine, but the lands around it are not doing particularly well, or as far as the information getting to here, it seems to not be doing well. So we should hurry back. We've gotten the people that we can. It may not be the greatest of help, but it will be some help. Unfortunately, Uther is focused on expanding his power to the southwest, and to be perfectly honest, he most likely would not have helped us regardless. But we have been able to get the people we can get. So if the Duke is not, at the very least, hopefully the Duke can make an effort to put pressure from the south on them. But I don't expect anything to. I don't expect him to actually put himself forward to help us.
Shame with that.
Nicholas sighs.
I feel you're a bit too pessimistic as far as we've been able to gather the forces we have. We were able to convince Uther that we're even allowed to ask the Duke for his assistance. I do not believe he is seeking expansion so much as he is seeking to consolidate from from traitors who have, betrayed him. But that is a discussion for another time. The question lays before us what we're going to ask the Duke for an assistant. Like, Malahaut is in serious danger. If it's as bad as you say, at least we are holding them in Malahaut. They're not making it past us. He should be able to march north fairly easily.
To do what, though? Counter-offensive or to reinforce Malahaut?
Yes. Both. Neither. One or the other. As long as we keep Morris and Rostock from being attacked by the Saxons, he is free to march north into Daedra or to support us with more troops.
The problem is that all of that takes time. Moving armies takes time. And he's spending his time on a different battle, which will most likely cost
What
resources.
different battle is the Duke focusing
Not the
on?
Duke. Sorry, wrong person. I'm thinking of someone else. But the Duke himself, there's not much really beyond just protecting his lands that I could see us convincing him of doing. At best, he puts pressure on them, but he has no obligation really to do anything beyond protect his borders. And we have nothing to really spur him into action.
We have honor, integrity, we have the word of Uther, and we have a great need. Things
And
have
that's
been,
all very
greater
nice.
deeds have been done with far less.
It's true.
Then it'll take some very careful words on your part then to try to move him to such. I suspect that he will be hesitant to do anything other than to defend himself.
Perhaps with the aid of Sir Nicholas, who is significantly more practiced at that, we may be able to yeah. So, Sir Nicholas. As I very quickly shift focus to Sir Nicholas talking instead of me.
This is all very complex. Cornelius is a prideful man, stubborn one at times. He bent the knee to Uther only because he understood that his fate would be much like the late King of Pendragon if he did not. In truth, I feel he longs to be a king, not a lord, not a duke. But for as much as he reluctantly bent the knee to Uther, he equally despises our king for
King Heraut.
trouble in the past. Indeed. They have a tenuous relationship, one that could perhaps be worked through. I think it's worth the chance. We could call for aid. I would expect that Duke Cornelius would not overextend himself without Uther's approval. But it does not mean that he would not release his knights to join us.
Any additions would certainly aid in our offensive or defense, whichever way we decide to tend to the raids in the homeland.
And I am confident that the sweet, delicate sound of Sir Nicholas's voice will greatly aid us in acquiring any help we need.
All right. Brunius is Forrest on your sheet. Scroll down to a new line of skill. Write diplomacy. Put it at 0. And check it. So next year it will be 1.
Yay.
You're still going to roll it though, because if you get a 20, you get to up it by 1 and tick it again. That's my house rule. So. Diplomacy, as opposed to intrigue, is a knowledge of the formalities of negotiators at the level of lords and kings, which is kind of how you weren't intended to actually be that, but with what happened to Nicholas, you became it.
Yeah.
So
It's awesome.
We've actually been doing quite well, considering.
Considering
Yeah.
the situation, I think you did pretty well. Yeah. I don't think there would have been. I can't think of anything that you guys did that was a misstep. Your dice got in the way sometimes, but that wasn't player decisions. So,
All right. So,
Nicholas says, "I've been keeping my appraised to some of the strategy, the strategists. It seems that we might have a dangerous path north on the main road. It's another consideration to take. Is do we try our hand with a large enough force marching up the main road, knowing that we will never reach true army sizes without support from Logos directly? Or do we take a back route through the wildlands of Maris or the back roads of Rostock?"
Which one would be faster?
Do you ask that in character? Or are you
Yes.
wondering? Okay.
Yes.
I would try my hand the fastest route home is the main road. Failing that, I believe the road to Rostock would be less dangerous, but still dangerous, and only a slight deviation. Maris, however, is wildland that we don't have access to. As a result, rather than traveling on King's roads and trails, rather than traveling on King's roads and trade roads, we'd be traveling on trails.
who is in charge of Maris?
It is its own king, the King of Maris.
That sounds messy.
We should
That
take
does
the main
sound
road.
messy.
We should take the main road back. Very least, we could visit the cities on the way to Eburacum to make sure they're okay.
Perhaps surprise any stragglers.
Perhaps.
If we can convince Corneus to come to our aid with his knights or something, then yes, the main road would be our best option. But with our current forces, I believe going in the back route through Rostock is the better alternative. It gives
I
us
think we should go straight there. The longer we delay, the more chance, the more people, the more the commoners are in trouble.
Or our homes burn.
and the faster we meet up with a force that we can't defeat on our way back there, the faster we are routed and can't get back there.
Out of character, whereabouts would my character have been a ward at in relation to our possible routes, if they even are close? I don't think they are. Yeah, okay.
If you are currently speaking,
Oh,
Bob, I cannot hear you.
my bad, guys. I was on mute.
Yeah, I just
Uh,
figured you're doing something.
I was double
Yeah,
muted.
it's just
No,
south of
I
Rostock.
was I was dictating. Yeah, it's south of Rostock is the county of Belgrade, which is where you
Yeah.
were. I was double checking maps because this doesn't list Belgrade as a county; it just lists the.
Right.
And then I realized it
Yeah,
does
and
show
it's
the city over
yeah, I
here.
saw the city and I was like, oh, that's south of us after I asked the question.
It's
Hey,
south of you. It would be a roundabout way, but going through Rostock. Um, I think Drax. It would realistically, you probably traveled between Belgrade and Rostock in your squiredom, so you probably have some familiarity with this road.
Yeah. Uh,
So
I'm
what
gonna
I
have to try to check prudent versus reckless. I think because he's kind of mixed up here. That's all right.
And I'm gonna give S Forest something here. What's your love, or not S Forest? Barudius. What's your love family?
15.
You know that your family's lands currently are under threat
Yes.
by description. So I'm not sure if that would change your reckless and prudent.
So it's not necessarily prudent that I'm thinking about. The reason I'm thinking about going through here is actually metagame. But because as Forrest hasn't mentioned that Rostock is, the raiders have been seen through Rostock. So my thought process is, if we go through here, we have the ability to catch the raiders basically, not necessarily on their backside, but kind of. Since they're starting to take over everything, we can hit more of Malahaut while we're coming to Eburacum than if we were to stay in Logris longer. Or, yeah.
Go through Rostock, I mean.
If we go through Rostock, we can actually sit
Have
there
more
and
impacts. Gotcha.
have more of an impact on Malahaut than if we go to Winterhome and then straight to Eburacum.
Okay. None of these answers are wrong, and none of these opinions are wrong. So I'm just curious about what route you want to approach here.
What I want to do is I actually want to test Deceitful versus Reckless. Deceitful for trying to catch the Saxons off guard by riding through Rostock instead of the main road.
I don't
That's
know.
where my thought process is.
I don't know. I really do think it's more practical versus reckless. So deceitful is more like when you're trying to, because it's about you're taking a prudent, methodical, sort of objective approach to it, right? Like we can do more impact this way.
Okay.
Which to me is objective, and objective falls under like it's like doing calculating your outcome versus recklessly diving headfirst in, right? Like that's
fair enough.
It doesn't mean you're a coward. That's under valorous, right? So that's a very different thing.
Then I'm going to test modest or prudent and reckless. I am not reckless at all.
You take prudent.
I am very much. We hit objectives on the way up. We have a better chance at one, convincing Corneus to secure his border up north and maybe push forward from there if we are taking our forces through Rostock. That also allows us to check in on Fort Danum, Langstrom, Calcaria on our way to Eburacum.
Is that all in character? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys kind of mapping maybe got a little map in front of you and you're talking over it.
Maybe
that's just easiest.
to swing up and around, checking in on places outside of Eburacum.
Yeah, so
While-
Varys hearing this would definitely be taking an interest in this. He didn't even think about that as an option. He was, thinking recklessly. But the thought of being able to perhaps do some damage to the Saxons or the raiders that are through that area is very appealing, especially considering what they have been doing to his homeland. So,
Eburacum is
I think he
absolutely.
yeah, so I
as
think
far as
Varys could be
absolutely.
swayed, to take the Rostock route.
If you're saying this, if the Duke supports this, we can follow that. If he does not, we're going straight back.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Very well. Sounds like we have our plan forward then. Let us have counsel with the Duke. With that, I think we could just go right into counsel with the Duke.
All right.
Okay. Duke Corny.
Go ahead.
Thank you for all the assistance you have provided us so far.
It was but little. Did you hear back from the king?
We did speak with the king. And the king mentioned that he was mustering to head southwest to take care of those who have betrayed him.
Intrigue everyone.
Intrigue everyone. All right.
It is not my secret to keep, or it's not a secret because he told me, so I'm telling everybody who might need to know. Oh,
Uh-oh.
that's bad.
Reroll on a law roll. Oh, that's Brunius. Oh, never
That's
mind.
Barunius.
Yeah.
I don't have law.
You're like, listen, I'm busy talking right now, so I'm not paying attention to my immediate scenarios. Yeah. You can make one too, if you want, as far as an intrigue roll.
Unless you're still muted. Did you step away?
It looks like it. Doorbell.
I'm
put
just
it
gonna
in
tell
the chat.
Intrigue when he's back.
Yeah.
So we can continue though. Varys, you notice a very clear look of frustration on Cornelius' face as Brunius is describing this. It looks like you almost go, is he gonna try and stab Brunius? But he doesn't, obviously, right? Yeah. He stays silent though, so continue your talking.
However, he did give us permission on our way back to recruit volunteers for the assistance of Malahaut. Hey,
All right,
does he also get glory for doing that?
he does. He gets 12 glory and he gets the automatic tick. He doesn't have a tick already. Yeah.
I've had it because I had to use it so much.
Yeah, you've had to use it quite a bit. You get 12 glory, and you're also going to get a sense that I think beyond the frustration that Varys got from Cornelius when Brunius mentioned the mustering in the southwest, it's very, very obvious. Sorry, Brunius, I'm getting feedback through your mic for some reason. Um, but it's still happening. Sorry, it's throwing me off my game. You hear my voice back through. Is there anything you can do? Okay, maybe that's good. Okay. Okay, so, Barunius, or as far as what you end up hearing or getting a sense of is Cornelius, clearly is not supportive of Uther's march to the northwest or southwest. He feels it's very obvious that he feels it's a waste of time, and there's like almost a look of like anger and disappointment that fills his face with it. Um, you we're gonna give you with a critical. We're gonna say you know a little bit more about that. You know that Cornelius is has been like petitioning for Uther to come up and deal with the Saxons for some time, and he's been speaking. We'll say that like you've also heard rumors that he was almost like an opponent himself to Uther like a year ago, and then Uther arrived here with a maybe it was 2 years ago with a diplomatic envoy, and it seemed like him and Uther made up during that envoy.
Okay, so it's like it's sort of similar to like, hey, I thought we were cool and friends now. What the hell, bro?
Yeah, it's sort of like you're just gonna go march on every duke that doesn't give you exactly what you want. Like, there's that, right? That means he's a threat eventually. Like, if he's doing this to some duke in the south, what's stopping him from turning around and doing this to the Duke of Lindsey 2 years later, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Um, but there's also like a still feeling unsupported by Uther. So Uther came with promises. Those promises still aren't delivered, and he's left here right now to deal with the aftermath. So with that, as Brunius finishes, Cornelius says, I have no armies that will leave the Duchy of Lindsey for further north or northwest. But I will not stop my knights who wish to take the offensive to the Saxons. If they wish to do so, I will arrange for them to hear your offer, and we will see who arises.
If you do not have knights, or if you do not have an army that you can raise, would you be willing to secure your northern border?
We have, he says.
Yes. Um, the request was going to be more along the lines of secure your northern border and send sorties into Dira to maybe draw some attention to your northern border. raid
I think
Dira in counter to as sort of a counter to at least give Malahaut time
shakes.
to breathe.
he shakes his head with that. That would simply be warring in Malahaut. No. No, I can't send raids into Dira, not while Malahaut is in the position it is. That is for your king to solve. We will be protecting our side borders. And will be doing much as you say, but to Rostock, not to Malahaut. If we are to war against the Saxons directly in Malahaut, it is war. In Rostock, we can cut off Saxons that have gone too far past their boundaries. They've overextended themselves. We can cut them down. Protect our side borders. Protect Pendragon.
By relieving some of the pressure on Malahaut, Malahaut can prevent anybody from
I have
getting
no
past.
faith in Malahaut to do anything. Your king leaves me with no trust in my eyes.
I'm gonna test modest versus proud.
Okay? Yep.
I failed both.
That usually means I get to decide. What were you testing the 2 for?
I was testing the 2 to snap back since he has no faith in my king. I mean, where's his king in all this? His king is saying,
Okay.
"Hey, you go talk to go talk to Duke Corneus. He's the guy I have set up to protect
Got it.
up
Test
there."
Test just reckless.
I failed that as well.
Okay. You opt to bite your tongue, but you're not happy about it. Sorry, your instinct is to bite your tongue. I won't make the player action for you. If you decide to override that, you can. But you're able to swallow your pride for the time. If you now, whether or not you choose to say it still, that's your role play. But the failure in reckless indicates that you're not driven to automatically pipe up.
Faith is a funny thing. King Heraut had faith that when something serious happened, that we can all put our petty squabbles aside and stand united against the Saxon threat.
And yet he did not answer Uther's call but 2 years ago. Seems convenient to be on the other side of such a request.
It does seem very convenient, and yet it is left to those of us who will be fighting on the front lines to decide if petty squabbles are all our people will ever be known for, or if we shall stand up united.
Last I saw, Malahaut's vote for a High King was not Uther Pendragon. You speak of a unity where your king does not bend the knee.
You are much more learned than I. As I understood it, we did not bend the knee to Uther. We do not believe Uther was the person to lead after his brother. In fact, you also didn't believe that until you saw the effects of what standing against Uther mean.
You're gonna need another intrigue test for this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
All of us?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's just Brunius.
Nope. I failed.
You get the sense you lost him a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. At this point, I am just doing my due diligence.
Sir Nicholas will kind of speak up in an attempt to reclaim what he can and says, "We'll accept your offer, good Duke. A matter of volunteer knights. It is all we can ask for at this point. Unless you revoke such an offer." Cornelius grunts. "No, it's fine. Do as you will." "By your leave, Sir Knights," he says simply. Like, get the hell out of here, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bow low, by your leave, Duke, and I walk out.
Yeah, Varys follows proper etiquette and does the same.
Okay. So how do you guys want to go about the process of reaching out to the Knights of Linden Pool? Are you checking just the city proper? Are you going to send up messengers throughout the county or the duchy? What's your plan? All that will take different amounts of time, so I just need to know what your plan is.
I assume invitations would be the first thing, so we can get more people at once. But also, we try to figure out who seems most likely to be available, and two, willing. So we'd probably have to figure out who those people are, so that we can sort of cater our strategy to that. And while you're on my desk, get off my desk.
Sorry.
My bad.
Cat?
I thought you wanted a table dance, man.
So with that little scene out of character with the Duke there, how's that set up for our plan on which route we're taking? Because that's going to influence what I end up doing.
He's not giving us an army.
I understand that.
As far as Forrest is concerned, we're going straight back.
Okay, so main road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
We'll recruit who else we can, and then make a beeline for Eburacum.
All right. And how long would it take to kind of check the outlying areas?
Depends on how far. So if you're doing the county of Lindsey, probably a day or two. Lona Zep as well, and Benegrade, it'd probably take you another few more, like up to a week to grab.
And so how long is it going to take for like invitations if they're doing that? I don't know what they're planning with that.
It
So-
depends as well. Like you could do an invitation to gather everyone for a single speech. It would depend on your radius in which you're trying to grab knights. If you're looking just within the county, or just with, like, if you want to leave tomorrow, it would be just the castle knights. Those who are here, happen to be present, or those who are mustered here, or garrisoned here, rather, not mustered.
Okay. Well, I'll hold off for a minute and see what the plan is with them before I finalize what I plan to do. So I don't know what the time frame is that they're going to want to be using. So
As Forrest, what do you counsel?
Gather information to see who our best bets would be.
That's
Like-
going to take us longer than we wanted to stay here.
Okay, then we'll just whoever's here, then we'll speak to them, and then head back.
Sounds like a plan.
and Barris will just go along with that thing because he won't have enough time to do anything else.
All right. Is the goal to bring them together an invitation? How do you wish to provide the invitation? I'm looking for a role that would be most relevant. Any of you have any thoughts about approach?
I guess so Corneus said he was going to bring them together so that they could hear our pitch.
He offered. That was not.
He offered. That
Yeah.
was, yeah. I believe we are just sending out invitations to the knights in the castle and banking on their passion of hate Saxons to come with us to go kill Saxons.
Okay, and when you say invitations, are you sending a herald or something to do it for you?
You mean we can't send strippers?
Right?
I mean, I don't know who else you would send. We could send pages. Yeah, I mean, who else would you send to deliver a message?
All right, one sec. Okay. I'm trying to think what I would give you for. I think it's about conveying, so it's probably compose. Who wants to be the responsible for composing this? Anyone? Any of you got a good compose?
I have
Well-
one point.
My priest friend, what's his compose? He can write.
Yep. Yeah, he's capable.
He's capable of physically writing.
Brother
Brother Ion.
Ion. I believe in his ability to write these invitations.
Yeah, he's probably our best bet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cause all I can do is roll my hate Saxons and then try to compose, which would only get it up to a 9.
Okay. Please, S4, please give me a D20 roll.
Come on, middle numbers. Woo. It's a success.
So, Brother Ion drafts composes a letter for the criers and heralds to go about and share. The success is good. It means you end up with a fair chunk of knights. We'll say 1d4 units. Unit being the smallest amount, usually about 15 or so.
Okay.
1d4 exploding. So 11 exploded a few times for you. So you have
That's
a really good
cool.
turnout. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have 11 times 15 plus about 15 already in yours. 180 knights. That's damn near an army.
Yeah.
Volunteers
That's
army.
like a nice size force. Yeah,
Yeah.
if we can get them all. Yeah.
Who has the best ore rate?
Base
I got a 3.
5.
Mine's probably
Phew.
going to be the same as yours, which is a 5.
Right.
I mean, there's no better way to stir up the masses than to bank on their hate.
You should probably ask the good brother to help you compose the speech that you would like to tell.
Gives you a +5. Yeah.
Yes.
If you succeed. You want him to do that? Brother
Yes,
Ion?
please.
Okay. Roll again. D20.
That's
Look at that
15.
explosion go off. That was wild.
That's
It's
11.
a pass.
Cool. So that's a
Right.
+5. Did you want to do it, Varys, or did you want me? Because we have like the same.
Whatever.
And you know my history with 20s.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I can give it a shot, but I can't promise nothing.
And it's okay. Well, actually, that is metagamey. Narratively, it would honestly have to
As
be
Forrest would be the one to do it.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
would either be me or S Forrest. So
Right. Exactly.
S Forrest hates to talk, but he's so good at it.
Well,
Then
there
I
you
would
go.
And
have
Barunius
to.
talks, but he's so bad at it.
Okay, I'm gonna try to impassion myself because like this is something
This is
extremely
important.
important to the king and just king and country. King and country.
Low numbers.
Well,
Fuck.
see, I told you my history of 20s.
Yep.
So does
Wow.
somebody wanna, before we have this talk, does somebody want to like take me to a room where I'm unarmed?
I will.
I think that's a -1, right, Jim? For loyalty.
But did we give you glory every time it happened?
I
No.
don't think I got glory the last time. So
Every time you madness and melancholy. Every time you melancholy is 25 glory.
oh, okay.
So you did it.
Every time you madness, it's 100 glory.
Wow.
Yeah.
You fumbled 6 times last game and twice this game.
Yeah.
we
So
we
that's,
kept telling us for us to stop snorting coke before he goes out and gives the big speeches, or else he starts looking like the ultimate warrior out there. So
so with melancholy, it's -5.
So I'm gonna take S Forrest
correct.
aside. Like I'm going to have a conversation with him. And I'm gonna, talk about justice and the just way of doing things, because his usual route is not the route, and he's getting really upset right now. So I gotta roll just, right?
Yeah.
And that's versus.
I
Oh,
critted on my just roll.
versus your loyalty lord -5.
Okay. And it's already a -1 because of the fumble, right? Or is it still 15?
Sorry, can you restate that? I missed what you said there.
I tested it and fumbled. Does that mean it's a -1, like permanent decrease of 1?
It is. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. God damn it.
All right.
That's good. That's good.
So
He
it just
failed,
knocks me
so-
out, right? It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it pulls you out.
Okay. And he gets to take just.
Yeah.
I hope.
I
Okay,
critted
cool.
on that. Like I have ticks on both just and arbitrary.
Okay. Well then, okay, I know what I'll say to them. Then I get ready with this speech and rehearse it and get through it.
I'm off on the side giving you like 2 thumbs up with a big smile.
Ferris is in with the crowd. You're just kind of judging it as it comes along. Get a feel for like who's more likely to get riled up from it, and whatnot.
I could get the trio, Sir Turful, Idris, and Angor to intersperse within the crowd, and like when you're done, be like, yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
get
kind of
everybody
what I'm
hyped.
thinking. Ferris, yeah.
Like I don't
Well-
know if that's an intrigue roll or a deception roll or what, but I'm gonna try to get them to do that while I'm off on the side. Just
I think
Try-
you guys have done a good enough job with the orchestration where there's no special role needed. It can just happen. You guys can just do it.
Sweet.
I think it's fine.
all right, do it.
Well, those of you gathered today are gathered under a shared willingness to go into battle against the Saxons who are attempting to terrorize everyone's lands, burn, pillage, and steal what is not rightfully theirs. It is rightfully ours, no matter if you're from Malahaut or from Logris. But since you've all come here, I don't think I need more to say other than I appreciate you joining me, and I promise that following me and Barunius into this battle will lead you to glory. And that's kind of all he has. He's not super big on speeches.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
Yeah.
Um,
Ferris just kind of shouts for glory and just lets out like a war cry, like from the middle of the crowd.
Did you make your compose yet? Or not compose? Did you make your oratory yet?
I'm about to.
Okay, +5.
I'm doing it either way.
Yeah. So it's just the +5 from the compose, right?
Yep.
I'll give you a +2 on top of that because you guys work together for this. It's like a big moment for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep. And if I had gotten my passion, fortunately.
Yeah.
Rip.
And I
Okay.
don't think I have another roll. But yeah, I think I used my year roll.
Yep.
All right, so it doesn't mean it's a failure.
Just means it's not a success.
Yeah. I
People in
think
the back didn't read too well.
no, I think some of the units are debating what to do, and you find it quickly erupts into chaos. Basically, everything that you guys just debated, you find that they're like, all of a sudden, they're not really like focusing on your leadership. They seem to be kind of factoring in like their own analysis. They're all armchair generals all of a sudden, you know? And there are a number of people that are offering other ideas. Like, why not go through Rostock? We can, it'll be less direct, further away. We can attack them from here. And others are saying, wouldn't it make more sense to muster at Wintering Home? To defend there, to hold that place and ensure that we protect against Dira. Then there are some that are saying, why not take to the port?
Those people are crazy. We don't need their type.
Take to the Red Stream and attack Dira head on. Those are the reckless 18 knights. Yeah.
It wouldn't be battle, right, to get everybody back in order?
I was about to ask, would
Yeah, what kind of
somebody
skill
be
would
able
it
to
be?
roll their battle to, like, put forward like an actual plan to the people gathered here, sort of thing?
Yeah, I think so. Before you do, just to add one other thing to the mix, why don't you give me recognize roll, all of you, +10.
Uh,
I actually can't fail this, so.
Is that everyone?
Yep.
Hey, you recognize someone at the muster. Um, they're silent currently. They've offered nothing in turn. Sir Segarin is a household knight at Castle Brunn. Um, he's known as Sir Segarin the Brown. He is famously energetic, lustful, famous in hunting, exalted in spear expertise, and exalted in sword.
Man,
Um,
I gotta
he
learn from
has
this guy.
he has a glory of 10,000. He is part of
Holy.
the muster, and he's silent. He's just listening, observing. He said
Uh,
nothing so far. So I'll leave that much with you guys. I'll let you guys decide like how you want to approach the chaos. I think battle for trying to organize people at the power level is in fact over 9,000. So
yeah, I'd like to see about, you know, basically put forward a battle plan that's going to have us march straight in on towards Eburacum, not taking the Rostock route, and trying to get everybody to follow behind on that. And if people come along, great. We're going to kill a bunch of Saxons. Um, if they don't, sucks to be them. We're going to kill a bunch of Saxons, gobble up all that sweet glory, and they can hear about it when we're feasting our victory.
all right. Uh, I would accept a battle or an orate to try and reorganize the group. I think you guys should discuss who does it, who takes lead here on the roll, and then roll it. Um, a failure is not so bad. A fumble is really bad, and a success is really good for you guys.
Um, so as far as fumbling on that, wait, no, he didn't fumble. He just merely failed.
Yeah,
Almost
I fell by 2.
succeeded. But by failing, I think a different tactic would be needed, and I would step forward to offer that different tactic.
And
Um,
Varys is more than happy to just kind of blend in with the crowd for right now because he is not the sort to do high level strategy talks and such.
so as Forrest, how do you feel about that?
If you want to go for it.
All right, here we go. And I got it. And I start shouting, Knights of Lindsey! We will be marching directly down the Saxon's throat. We will be slaughtering those Saxons left, right, and center as we march towards Eburacum itself. Those who wish for the glory of battle, ready your arms. Those with fear in your hearts, stay and get ready. But no, all of you, that we are all here for the glory of Britain. Or
Yep, that's it. That's the island. Got it.
yeah,
Yep. Briton. Okay. I'm gonna make a roll. We're gonna see how many units go with. This is based on the fact you succeeded. 10 of the 11 units will go forward.
So
Sorry,
only the
10.
reckless 18s aren't going.
Yeah. There's the boat guys. No, there are probably some that are going to escort you to Wintering Home, and they're gonna set up shop there. in
probably.
defense. Yeah.
It looks like of the 11 we got to come out here, 11 units, 10 are like, actually, let's go.
That leaves you with a considerable retinue. What
Yeah.
you're still lacking, though, obviously, is you have a very large cavalry. You don't have what would be a true marching army, right? You don't have commoners. You don't have men with spears. You don't have any of that. You have
A cavalry.
you have a cavalry. Really
We
good.
essentially have reinforcements. We don't have foot soldiers though, so we
You have a
got what we
highly
could.
mobilized unit or series of units that are capable, well, when organized, of either dispersing out and trying to deal with what's happening in Malahaut, or responding to one specific thing, reinforcing somewhere exactly. But your ability to like go against an actual army would not be very likely, even with that many cavalry. Much better at like raiding, reinforcing, counter raiding, stuff like that.
So, yeah, that
Nice.
is. Whew, that's what we got.
Within that group, Sir Segarin will step forward when it's called for those who will join. He says nothing, but he does join.
I give him a nod since we've met before.
He
Or was
nods
that
and
the
joins.
other Brown?
It's the other broad. Gallagher.
Oh,
Yeah. That was this guy.
it was his brother, not him, or his cousin, or whatever. So we met him. Now we're meeting him. Okay.
His force is too concerned about making sure everybody's working as a proper unit to give it. Actually,
Any attention?
What would it be? Not to not give him attention. It's more of a, hey, why don't we step over here and have a friendly sword match? He's resisting his urge to sword fight somebody that's really good at it.
Right.
Like, even though like he's like, yeah, this guy will beat me, but it's an experience to understand, like, to fight him.
For sure.
No. You've already gotten one of those. It's my turn.
No, not like I don't mean meta. I mean like narratively, it would just be a good experience to fight stronger people.
Yes, it would. And I am currently trying to organize everybody and taking the leadership role of this army to be like, hey, Sir Sigurd, I hear you are a tremendous, legendary spearmaster. What the fuck am I doing wrong? Like, it's.
Oh. For sure.
I am preoccupied.
Okay, so we're gonna fast forward, I think, to Wintering Home, because you're not, with this size of a unit, you're not gonna encounter anything significant along the way. So
All right.
you make your way to Wintering Home, and you're left at the border. You can see like the distant smoke and such, but Wintering Home itself, it's it's not like the Saxons haven't hit here yet. They have, but it looks very, very well reinforced. You can tell that a significant amount of Linden Pool's garrison is here, or they call it Lindsey of garrison here.
All
This
right.
was the town that we were able to help before, right?
Yeah, Wintering Home is where you.
Or yeah.
Yes. Cool.
Yeah.
Good to see everybody again.
Yeah, right?
Kinda.
Yeah, it looks less messy than the last time. It's kind of the opposite of when you rolled through here, a week and a half ago. That is the thing I will establish. You didn't gather all those knights in a day. There's no way 150 knights were in that castle. So, it probably was like more like you saw them filtering in the quantity they were, and you're like, maybe we'll wait a little longer, So we'll say it took like, let's see, took you 4 days to get everybody, 150 knights present for that. But given that you went from 15 knights to 150, that's a pretty significant.
Tenfold's good.
Yep.
All right, and you start off towards, or you get to Wintering Home. The garrison here, because it sees your banners, they're willing to let everyone through. They're not going to argue with a retinue officially from Malahaut, followed by a bunch of Logris knights. They're assuming this is legit. So
Yes, because it is legit. In fact, you could officially say that Uther has given us sanction to, given us official sanction. So we got that going.
Well, as long as this force isn't here, Baronius be like, yeah, we got the official stamp for Uther. He'll let Baronius know that we probably shouldn't be spreading it like that specifically, but just be like, yeah, we got permission, and and just let them believe what they want about that.
Right.
But trying to get to the next town as quickly as we can in an organized manner.
Exactly. It's what
Because,
Barrett's we want to do.
Yeah, because once I believe as Forrest's main concern is, like, he doesn't as Forrest doesn't believe that we're just in command of all these guys. He's trying to get them to Eburacum so that they can be officially assigned to where they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Like, we're quote unquote in charge, but we're not like free to do
Right.
whatever we want with these guys.
Yeah. Like, we're just trying to get through as quickly as possible. Barunius is saying what he thinks needs to be said to get us through as quickly as possible.
okay. I'm going to just fill my water bottle. I will be right back. We're gonna kind of
Alright.
set up for what will be the next episode, and we're gonna start rolling some dice. I'll be right back.
All right. I will take this moment to go fill up my cup as well.
All right.
And I'm back from outer space.
Welcome back.
Just carry on now.
You guys had some kick-ass rolls, man.
So far, we're at 2 fumbles on Zoran.
Yeah. They didn't mess us up too bad, though, so that's cool. I mean, that is pretty crazy that we got 150 knights with us. That's crazy.
Yep,
That's a lot.
that is.
Yeah.
Like I expected that when he failed his oratory roll,
I figured we'd lose at least half.
half and then a D4.
Mm-hmm.
So, anywho,
Yeah, his speech was better than what mine would have been.
I have been looking at the rules, playing around with the idea of making a character who is all skill, no passions,
Oh, yeah.
who avoids his passions like the plague.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basically an anti-Lancelot.
Yeah.
I'm like, so what happens to a GM when they're throwing things at the guy and he never rolls his passion? Can a GM force a passion roll?
Probably. Guess it depends on the situation.
So,
Yeah, all right.
banged my knee.
Oh, fun times. Yeah, I don't actually use my passions probably as much as I should.
So,
Oh, Bob's rolling stuff.
yep. Anywho,
We're running a 4-4-2 defense.
Almost. I'm back.
It's a new screen. I haven't seen that before.
The battle screen.
So this is going to be the skirmish at Pocklington. Effectively, as you're riding up the road, let's go here first.
What's the name of that place? Oh, okay.
Pocklington.
Pocklington. Okay.
You end up seeing that the town itself is under siege. Now, I'm sorry, I'm getting feedback again. There we go. No, it's still happening. I need you to mute that or something. I don't know if there's a way for it not to come back out your speaker, but I can't GM with the feedback.
I don't have a speaker. All I have are headphones.
Maybe it's too loud then. One thing you could do is you could click on Discord. There's a noise suppression button. It's possible that will help you. It's really good at blocking out white noise, like background noise. I once had someone play a session of Vampire the Masquerade with a live band next door. It worked pretty well. So, I have faith in it. Oh, we do have Eagle Crest Manor on the map, by the way. So I'll give you guys a choice, but effectively as you're rolling into Pocklington, you can tell it's under... Basically, it's being pillaged. Not just raided, pillaged.
Just from the knowledge that we would have about like this kind of thing, do we have a sizable enough force to legitimately combat this, or will we just be effectively killing ourselves if we attempted to do this?
You have a large enough force to harry them, for sure. Like, you could significantly weaken their progress in Pocklington.
Okay, cool.
You have equivalent of like 2 companies of knights, which is significant. Not true army size, not a battalion, not a division, but you have 2 companies, so 2 and a bit.
Okay, cool. I was just asking because it might be one of those, because like there's reckless and then there's unrealistic.
Right.
Yeah, it's not unrealistic. It is reckless. Or not reckless. I wouldn't even say that. It is not the most prudent thing to do. Like going to Eburacum and getting Heraut's orders, as it were, would be the most sort of prudent action one could take.
Cool. So that's
Uh-oh.
what we're not doing.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Okay. Safe to say that we're beginning the skirmish in Pocklington. I can see this. Bernice is like, I think we really need to go back to King Heraut, and Esra's like, yep, Yep.
Yeah,
We're fighting
can't you
here.
see we're on the road to Eburacum as we run towards the town.
Brunius,
Yeah.
is Brunius actually going to get in the way of this? Is it more he's putting in his 2 cents? Okay.
He's just putting in his 2 cents that, we are not really in charge. Like you said, we're not actually in charge. But I won't tell if you won't.
He's not wrong. The people need help.
All right.
All right.
Do I need to copy your icons? Can you try to drag out onto the map here?
I do not have that permission.
Odd. I swear you've done it before.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
I just happen to drag myself out there. I don't know if that's where we're actually supposed to be.
No, that's perfect. Yep. Then I'm gonna put the knight that you recruited.
Turtle.
Yeah.
He killed a duke, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Baron.
Baron killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Baron Slayer.
Slayer.
Barons.
In honorable combat, I know it sounds weird, but honorable combat still slayed a Baron though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That story is going to be changed to he killed a bear.
The Bear Slayer. You're forgetting the end, dude.
No, I'm pretty sure I heard the end of the story. He kills a bear.
I don't know why your icons are so small. Here. Fix that later. Okay. There we go. So damn.
Okay.
So this is you have other units beside you. One of the units will be led by Sir Brockfell of Caircolin.
Okay.
He is a household knight. A household knight.
His sword is
Not good.
unlucky roll.
I
It's
mean, his sword is only 1 point worse than mine.
He's not a
no,
sword.
I just mean it was unlucky because he got like 2 1s in there.
Mm.
Is Sir the Brown
Yes.
have his own unit, or is he back?
Yes, he will be leading the unit to your right, and this Brockville is leading the unit to your left.
And he's a trusting coward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, at least he'll have, if he's a trusting coward, he'll have faith in us unless we
Uh-huh.
start failing.
Yep. So, show no weakness, people.
Show no weakness. Okay,
Yep.
so we're gonna do a round of this, and then probably to be continue from there. Why don't we go through a round? Because I'm sure you've been waiting for some battle. It's been a minute.
All right.
This is a alternate skirmish / battle rule set. I really like how it plays out, so we're gonna use it. We've been using it in my stream, and we've all kind of really loved it. So, first thing we determine is outnumbered. You're not outnumbered significantly, not 2 to 1 anyways. So it's not a -5. You will get a surprise here, so they'll have a -5 to their battle. You're not really outflanking them, and no one's fatigued, so they'll simply get a -5 to their battle, and you'll get a bonus.
+5?
Yeah,
Oh, so that works both ways. Then they get a penalty. And we
it's a
get bonus.
reflexive. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, so this is a unit. Just how is your unit doing? That's all this is. So you need to appoint a unit leader, and they're at the center. Is that Esferus or is that Brunius? Who's our unit leader?
I'll be the unit leader.
17.
You guys want to roll off, or what are we doing here?
I mean, I don't think there's much of a difference between a 17 and a 16.
Well, there's a bonus to the roll. You'll have a +1. I'll have a +2.
All right, you're in charge.
Also, I did kind of describe myself as running first and yelling for everybody to let go.
That's true.
Yeah, I would say that's less in charge and more you're charging.
Well, that's
So while
you can't
you're
have
busy
in charge without
charging,
charge.
Actions speak louder than words.
somebody's got to get everybody else organized.
Okay. Are we comfortable
All
with
right,
this layout?
roll.
Yes, I believe so.
Give me your battle roll.
Okay, the box. Okay, there it is.
Beautiful.
Woo! That's crit.
That's honestly the only reason I even offered, because I knew that I'd have at least a 20. Otherwise, I would have let you do it.
I'd have at least a 20.
And you rolled a natty 20.
Yeah.
For once, for once it was the number you needed.
Good thing.
Yeah, that's good.
Followed
Okay.
by his utter failure.
So now you all get to decide something. You get to determine whether you're fighting boldly, orderly, or hesitantly. We've modified hesitantly slightly since the rules is written for this house rules system. We didn't love how hesitantly led to check cowardly, because sometimes you're injured and hesitant is how you should fight. What it is instead is if you're fighting boldly, it's 2 enemies, you check valorous. Orderly is 1 enemy, no check. And let me just check something real quick. Okay, that's what it was. So when you fight hesitantly, by the book, it's like you get to 2v1 with another knight, right? Because even though you're representing yourself as a unit of 4, there's actually a unit of like 15 or so knights in your unit, right? You're the 4 that are representing how your knights are doing. When you fight hesitantly, you're grouping up with an NPC knight who gets to kind of fight with you alongside you. That doesn't result in a check on cowardly. It just results in half glory, which is its own penalty, right? Because you're splitting glory with the other person you're fighting with. So boldly, 2 enemies check valorous, double glory if you beat them both, right? Orderly, 1 enemy default glory. Hesitantly, 1 enemy half glory. 2v1 half glory.
Okay.
I straight up have to make a reckless roll. And we're in. Okay, never mind. Why do I even? I forgot I had a reckless in battle.
Oh, do you?
I specifically have a directed trait reckless specifically in battle, so I can't.
Boldly you go off into the fray.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What about the other 2? How are you fighting?
I'll go bold.
Yep, I'm gonna follow suit.
Okay. Now keep in mind, there is some strategy here. If you all go bold and you all lose, you can be routed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I wanted to warn. Seen it happen. Happened my very first session of Sword of Victory. They got completely routed and one of them got taken captive. So
I mean, if it
yeah.
happens, that makes interesting plot.
It does.
I mean, didn't he get married to his jailer recently?
Yeah, it was a very long time later. He had a lot of grief before that. Worked out in the end. Let's go ahead and figure out who your enemies are.
All right.
So, we are using the beginner Saxon armies. I want you all to roll me 1d10 and 1d20.
Oops, that didn't work. I forgot a couple brackets there. 7 and 17.
Okay, so we'll start with S4S. Brunius, I don't think you... Oh, you did roll a d10. Okay, sorry, it was a split.
Yeah.
So, I'm just going to make a note of myself here. 04. And... Warrior. Okay. For S4S, let's see what your weapon options are. I need you to roll me a 2d2. One and a 2. Okay. So you're fighting a spearman who just has like a regular 2-handed spear.
Nice.
And you're fighting a warrior who has a great spear.
So the warrior doesn't have the penalty, but the other guy does.
The spearman, the regular spearman, gets a. So the regular spearman doesn't get a bonus, and you don't you get to apply your bonus, and he has a penalty. The great spearman, the warrior, you don't get to use your mounted bonus, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So it's the warrior. It sounds weird, but the warrior is the bigger threat, basically. He's the one he's the one with that gets to ignore your mounted. I gotta put that in the tooltip, because it'll be better than. So we'll just call it 4 or 13. And then if you hover over the shield, you can see that you're fighting a spearman, two-handed, and a warrior, great spirits. It'll save time on the tracking this right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we're gonna go to figure out who Brunius is dealing with. Brunius, you have a 6 and a 2. Yes.
Yep.
So you're fighting a spearman in red armor. Let me just deal with this. So you're fighting a spearman in red armor with a great spear. The good news about that guy is he has less armor than usual, and his great spear skill isn't very good.
Well, that's good.
It was a 6, right?
Yes.
6 spearman in great armor, and then what was your second number? 2. 2 is warrior. Roll me a d2.
Come on. I got 2.
Okay, so the warrior with a great spear. Not very good skill as well. So even though you don't get your bonus, you're fighting 2 opponents that don't have really great skill. That's what you want. You can help it. Varys, you're fighting a 7 and a 13, or 7 and a 17.
7 and 17.
So spearman with a great spear.
Of course.
At least it's not 2 spearmen with great spears.
Right? Oh, we don't know yet.
Yeah, it might be.
And a drilled guardsman with... Oh, no. 2
Another
drilled
great
guardsmen
What is it?
with great spear. Drilled guardsmen times 2 with great spears.
So is he fighting 3 people?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
With spears?
With great spears.
Oh, good. So, yeah.
Hey man, we
Isn't it fun?
can all hate Saxons in a
Oh.
passion.
I'm gonna have to.
No, we all hate our
Yeah.
hate Saxons.
Oh, shit.
Some of these things are especially rough. That would be one of them. It's especially rough.
All right.
Okay.
So we know who we're fighting.
We do.
Yep.
Now we just gotta roll. All right.
Good.
So we're gonna start with. We'll go with S4 we'll go S4 Brunius and Varus. This is how we'll go. Starting with S4. You have the spearman with the two-handed warrior. Or sorry, you have a spearman with a two-handed spear and not a great spear though, and a warrior with a great spear. How do you want to split between the two of them?
It will massively determine on if I succeed this passion roll or not.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So, it will be. So it's just gonna be a +5. So it's gonna be 19 towards the warrior and 15 towards the spear guy because of bonuses that I have.
Okay.
I'm splitting my 19 as 14 towards the warrior and 5 towards the spear guy. I get +10 on spear, so that's 15, and then +5 on the other guy, so that's 19.
Understood. Okay. You can go ahead and make your rolls. Just make sure you label them who they're for, and then I will return the counter fire.
Okay. Oh, come on.
Did you utilize all your bonuses there? Just want to make sure.
Yeah, like, I believe so, because I've already typed it out, like, unless we got any situational bonus other than, like, what we get in combat or whatever.
Is the second one applied to the Great Spearman?
It should be.
Yeah. First one was.
Like, I don't know if our maneuver rolls did anything, but yeah.
Yeah, they won't. They'll provide a bonus to the outcomes, but not to the. You know what I mean? Not to the individual skirmishing.
And I don't know if the surprise counts in this context either.
You know what, guys? I'm gonna give that first round. I'm gonna give you a +5 for surprise. So, do you want to re-roll or just recalculate?
I'll re-roll both of them then. Well, yeah, I'll re-roll both of them then. This is the re-roll for the first one, and then this is the re-roll for the second one. I rolled different numbers, got the same result.
Interesting. Okay. Well, those are both good numbers, and both, I believe, higher than what they have. So it's just a matter of can they crit you? That's the only thing.
Also, is that like the fourth critical or fumble?
Third.
Yes, third.
Okay.
That is the third critical fumble of the night.
They rolled
For
the
you.
same too.
They roll
Yeah,
identical. Both fail you. So you get two successes there. So let's bring out Tick. Here, Malahaut. We'll pull out little tokens for the shield of Malahaut. So thus far, your unit. Sorry. As far your unit has 2 ticks.
Yay, ticks.
Okay. We'll go to Brunius next.
All right. I do hate Saxons, but Brunius is running off half-cocked again, so I gotta watch his back. Do you mind if I roll Love of Family
Go for
to impassion myself?
Go for it. You bet.
All right. So that will be I am splitting it right down the center. 15 for the red armored spearman and 16 for the warrior.
Okay.
Hold up. Plus an additional.
Remember the +5 for the surprise. You do get a surprise round. That'll help.
So that is 20 and 21.
Okay.
Red armored guy first.
Not battle.
Shit, not battle. It is. Alright. It is spear. So. Really quick. Recalculations. I hit the red armored guy, and then this is going to be warrior. And I hit the warrior as well.
Okay. So now, Spirit in red armor. And warrior with great spear.
Yes, they both have great spears.
One will best you.
beats me.
Yeah, one beats you, one doesn't. So you go with what's called a tie there. So it turns into, or what's that turn into? Yeah, tie. So 0 combat score. So it doesn't affect you negatively or positively. But you will take damage from that. Who hit you? The red armor?
Yep.
Let me just see what we're dealing with for damage. Minus 16, right? Because you got your shield.
Minus 16.
Does 4 damage to you.
Okay.
So he hits you with a total of 20.
Yep.
Okay. But that doesn't leave you in bad shape, does it?
No.
Okay. Varys, you're up.
Alright, so I have 3 opponents then. Does my bonuses apply as a flat rate across everything, or is it just total that I split up?
So you get to take your skill. What skill are you using?
It's going to be my spear at 15, spear
So you
expertise.
take your 15, you determine how you divide that, and then you apply the bonuses onto that equally, right? So
Okay.
The only thing is the Great Spearman gets to ignore your mounted bonus.
Right. So instead of getting a 10, I'd have with the charge. You only get 5. Yeah.
So
Okay.
your opponents are Spearman
Guardsman. Yeah.
with Great Spear,
Mhm.
Drilled Guardsman 1, and Drilled Guardsman 2.
And I'm assuming the guardsmen are the more skilled there.
No. What makes them deadly is there's 2 of them, but all three are high skill. You rolled the high skill opponents here. Yeah.
Yeah. I figured that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
You rolled like glory getters.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna just even split it then.
Okay.
And hope for the best. So 5, 5, and 5, and then bonus wise, I'll get 5 from surprise, and then 5 from the charge. I don't get the horse bonus on them. And I'm gonna try to impassion with my hate Saxon.
That's smart because that gets to apply across the board.
Yeah. And I passed.
Okay.
So
All right. So my
you just gotta roll
bonuses.
high.
Yes,
I
my
think you got 20s for all of it. Oh, except for one might be 15. Sorry.
yeah. So all right. So I'm gonna just go right down the list: Spearman, then Guardsman 1, Guardsman 2.
Okay.
And how would I roll this on my?
You're adding a modifier. This is where it gets a little interesting. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna have to figure out what your modifier is to each. Apply your new score. So it's like, okay, normally you have a 15, right?
Right.
What should your
Down.
new score be? If your new score is 16, it's just a plus
Right.
1 modifier. If your new score is 11, it's a minus 4 modifier. You know what I mean?
Okay, so 5 from the surprise, 5 from passion, right?
Yeah.
And then 5 for charging. So that's what, 15. And then I lose 10 because of me splitting down to 5. So, alright.
Hold on. Wait, one more time. So you have 5 plus 5 plus 5, right? So 15, so 0 modifier, right?
Yeah.
right?
Should be, yeah.
So 0 modifier on your first opponent.
Okay. Alright. It should be the same for the other ones too, since I even split, right?
Yep. That's true.
Okay.
Because they all have.
Yeah.
I just realized
it's
they all have great spears. So.
Yeah. Yep. No bonus. Yeah. All right. So I'll just roll the other ones then too. Are you with me for me to roll them, or I saw you typing? So.
Yeah, you can roll all 3. Yep.
Okay.
I'm just prepping mine so I can.
Yeah,
quickly
yeah.
counter.
I saw you type, and so I didn't know if it was something that you were doing. I failed the last one. Barely.
They all have great spears.
Oh
No,
my
I
god.
heard it. Yeah, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm in some serious trouble.
Well, at least you broke their one of the dude's weapons.
Yeah.
Because you tied.
Hmm.
But you did get hit, so there's also that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I got hit pretty bad.
Yeah, your tie's gonna work in your favor. You got
Yeah.
critted once, which is really not good. You get hit a second time.
Oh, I didn't see the crit.
Yeah, the spearman got me.
Let's see what we're dealing with here.
Do we need to roll damage against them, or is something that like not a?
It's not really. You can take it into a duel after, at which I tell you to roll your damage, right? But it's kind of like the assumption is they're kind of like you're moving on to your next opponent from there. It's more like a general chaos thing. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Hey, you do have a year thing, don't you?
Oh, you do?
Reroll.
You do? You have a reroll.
A bump
Yeah.
up.
Once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crit.
This is your
crit the crit.
yeah. Turn your success into a critical, and you'll beat that.
The spear.
The first one is what I would do.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Okay.
get rid of the critical because it's the most deadly, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. So you'll have
Yeah.
2 successes, 1 loss. So you'll actually end up adding a tick to the unit, and then we're going to determine how much damage you took from the one you did take.
Okay.
Because you are unfortunately.
I totally forgot that was a thing. So.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good. Because I think you were facing death there.
Oh, totally. I knew when I saw the crit right off the bat, I was in
I
trouble.
think you might have be able to survive a crit, but not a crit and another hit.
Yeah,
at the same
probably
time.
not.
Keep in mind, he doesn't have full. Or did you
I don't
get
have-
full
Oh, he
chain?
doesn't.
Did you get full chain?
No, that's time warp stuff going on. So.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what happens. It's still a nasty hit. I'll just warn you.
Oh yeah. Oh, I figured. I know how brutal the combat is in this game.
Oh, that's a really not
Actually,
wonderful roll. Yeah, so 22 minus 10 or minus 8, right? Is what you have for
Yeah.
armor.
yep.
14.
Yeah.
What's your knockdown score?
That's next to my con or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I
Pretty
have
sure.
16 con, so.
Is it the one next to your con? Is that what it is?
Oh no,
it's
knockdown
your
is
size.
No, it's the
13.
size.
So yeah, I'm gonna be unhorsed.
Maybe.
You get to make a horsemanship roll here.
Okay. All right. My
If you're on the
saddle-
ground, you make a dex roll, but you're not. You're on the
Yeah,
horse.
my saddle will help me with that too. So
Oh, do you have a?
yeah, I got it from my Kimrick lock when I created my character.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, you manage to not hurt yourself more. So you guys,
Alright.
you guys go into 3 ticks for your unit. Now we're gonna look here on the list and see what that does.
All right.
So 3 ticks, and you got a critical on your commander roll, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And they failed their commander roll, did they not?
Yes.
Yep.
Actually, it doesn't matter. It just looks at. So you guys had with 3 ticks, you had a triumph, right? 3 plus ticks, and you critted. So that
Oh, cool.
turns into your combat result was a triumph, and a triumph actually is the opposite of unit annihilated for them. So their unit is annihilated in the process.
Wow.
Yeah. You and your knights quickly work through their unit and wipe them out. We're gonna test how the other units beside you are doing. So this is Brock fail. Is the -1, and then the other guy is +2. He's a monster. Yeah. So the unit beside you to your, I think I said left, is routed. The unit to your right is faring quite well.
Yep.
And that's where we will to be continued for next time. So
Nice.
we'll pick up with round 2. You will be turning to face the unit that Sir Brockvale just died from. So
Wait, Sir Brock, he's
That's the one
The-
that just rolled.
the
off
trusting cowardly-
coward.
yeah.
that guy. Okay,
He shouldn't
The
have
guy
been so
who couldn't swing
trusting.
his sword to save his life. Well,
it makes
he just
it makes
proved
sense.
he couldn't swing his sword to save his life.
Yeah. That's the news. It's like what everyone says. Ah, Sir Brockville, the knight who couldn't swing his sword to save his life. It's like what everyone repeats in court. Yeah.
Oh
Sir
man.
Brockville, the knight who couldn't swing his sword to save his life. So how did he die? He had to swing his sword to save his life, and he couldn't.
Well, he did die in battle, so his descendants will get that glory.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some glory for that. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, it's fun. We're back in Malahaut again, or at least in
Yes,
the kingdom of, not necessarily Eburacum. We're back.
Yeah, thanks again for dodging that bullet on that thing, because that's crazy.
That was really smart because I
That-
don't see
yeah.
how Varys would have gotten out of that.
I wouldn't have.
That's what
Not
it's
even
there
close.
for, to help you.
Yeah.
Well, it still might happen again next round. Like
Yeah,
I'm
next
not gonna
round.
lie, so-
Totally. Yeah.
Well, that's where you go. Do I stay at bold, or do I face
Yeah.
one?
Well, I certainly
unit
won't be
comfortable?
doing that. My dude's prudent by nature, so.
Yeah,
But yeah.
you got your charge
My
in.
dude is balanced by
Got me
nature.
charging.
Yeah, it's
You know, when you're hanging around his forest, you gotta either man up or.
Well,
get
that's
better armor.
why he went with the bold charge, following the other two comrades in. Yeah.
Okay,
fine.
let me dish out some glory for those enemies so you have them
All right.
before we close.
All right.
Just gonna pull this up in a separate window so I can do this right. Okay, Barunius, you had. There we go.
Red armor and a regular warrior.
Red armor is worth 10 glory, and the warrior is worth 10 glory, so you get 20 glory for that exchange.
All right.
As far as you had a 4 and a 13. Spearman is worth 10 glory, and the warrior is worth 15 glory.
25.
Varys, you defeated 2 of the 3.
Yep.
So we're gonna give you half glory on the Drill's Guardsman because you beat 1, lost 1, and we'll give
Okay.
you full glory on the Spearman. So the Spearman is 7, is 10 glory. The Drilled Guardsman, if you beat them both, was 15. So divided by 2, you get 12 glory for.
12 man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 12. Yeah. Sorry, it's late.
Yeah, no, it's all good. With that, we'll come back. There's more glory to be gained on other aspects at the end of combat, with banner collections and things like that. But for now, that's what you got for the first exchange. So,
All
all right, guys. Hope you had fun. We'll see you next time.
right.
Pick up where we left off. All right.
Y'all have a
one.
good evening.
You guys too.
Take care.
Talk to you later. Bye.